Andre Ward says Golovkin literally just showed up to get a check versus Canelo. Interesting. Let's talk.
Push the weight and flex. Flex alive is one in the six. Fit the runner, boy, you nigga, no question. You would run a motherfucker high stepping. Hey, you never had a big enough weapon. Motherfucker never learned your lesson. I'm a 88 pack nigga. I'm a 88 pack nigga. I mean, day walker, drink blood, fangs out, full moon, motherfucker, change like a hoe, nigga. I'm just a nigga from the hood trying to stack a little cheddar for the money.
Drew Titan, Bronx on deck. Shout out to the mighty LDBC. This is an interesting read. It's from Boxing Scene. Link will be in the description. Andre Ward says Golovkin literally just showed up to get a check against Canelo. Andre Ward, 32 wins, no losses, 16 knockouts, was a rough and rugged fighter during his heyday. And his fierce style has transitioned behind the microphone as an analyst for ESPN. That's his retirement phase. When the Hall of Fame fighter was asked to assess the recent fight between Canelo Alvarez and Gennady Golovkin, a clear, unanimous decision win for the Mexican star, the unbeaten former two-division champion. Ward didn't mince his words while breaking down Golovkin's performance. He says, "I thought Alvarez should have stopped that version of Golovkin," Ward said to Max on Boxing. If Canelo is who he says he is, an all-time great, you got to take advantage of a fighter like that who literally just showed up to get a check. The performance from Canelo was a little shocking. I thought he would do a little more, but the performance from Golovkin was not shocking. I was shocked by the reaction and the response that people finally got. The revelation that he's looking old. Yeah, well, he is 40. He's looked old for the last 2 or 3 years, and because he's got that mantra of Mexican style, everybody excuses the fact that he takes way too many punches and way too much punishment. The response time and reaction wasn't there. Wow. He said Golovkin looked 40 to me. He said he looks 40. He's been looking 40 for some time now. It also says here, and guys, this is very important. It says Ward and Golovkin were once long linked to face each other. Just before Ward ended his career back in 2017, after back-to-back fights with light heavyweight titleist or former titleist Sergey Kovalev. If you think about it, Alvarez is the biggest name and the only real name that Golovkin has on his record. No matter how you feel about it, that's the truth, said Ward. I don't think he wanted to fight some of those fighters. I'm not talking about me. There were certain guys that, I know being at HBO, he wasn't going to fight. Uh-oh. It says here, in February, Ward and the current unified middleweight champion Golovkin traded words online about the fight between them that never materialized. Y'all remember that? I think I did a video on that. They were on Twitter going back and forth. Ward said that Golovkin turned down the fight in less than 5 minutes. Triple G responded, "Andre, stop lying to the fans. Your team made the offer and I announced the fight with David Lemieux in 2015 and sold out Madison Square Garden. You are still angry since you never sold tickets like me. HBO knew you used that offer to for publicity to move to 175. Short read. All right, the link will be in the description. But the fella that wrote this needed to go deeper into that conversation they had, because I did a video on it. That was way back in February. They went back and forth. It didn't just end there. I like how this fella, I can't even pronounce his name, stopped the article right there. Their names were linked, and when Andre says that there were names that he didn't face, it's true. I'll read it again. If you think about it, Alvarez is the biggest name and only real name on Golovkin that Golovkin has on his record. No matter how you feel about it, it's the truth. Now, what have we been saying? I mean, look, we always talk about who Canelo ducked. And guess what? Those same names Golovkin could have fought. As a matter of fact, I was very clear that what Golovkin should have done, If he felt he won the first fight, fine. The second fight you lost. You know how you were supposed to force that third fight? In my opinion, back then, he was supposed to fight Andre and at least one of the Charlos. And say, look, I did that. Especially if he had beat one of them or both of them. Go fight Erislandy Lara. And say, look, I beat him convincingly. Put Canelo in a position where he had to fight you. You know why you got this third fight? The only reason why Golovkin got this third fight is because Canelo lost to Bivol and had to go back down to 168. While he was trying to pad his legacy, he messed up. He underestimated Bivol. That's what happened. And that's the only reason why you got this fight. Now you're not retired, Triple G. I'm wondering what you're going to do next. Because it's still shark-infested water. The same guys that we accuse Canelo of ducking, that applies to you also, Mr. Mexican Style. Abel Sanchez talking about black fighters don't sell. Who's Willie Monroe? Who's Dominic Wade? Huh? So you do fight black fighters. You just didn't fight the ones we wanted you to fight. And I do recall you trying to come to 168 to fight Chavez Jr. And Andre Ward stopped you twice, said, no. Little G. Andre Ward was the one that started calling him Little G. It wasn't us. It wasn't any other fans. It was him. Little G. You come to 168, you're fighting me. And you remember how that was received by the boxing public? Remember what they said? Andre, you're not active enough. Don't matter. He's calling out Triple G. What you want to do? Because Triple G was supposed to be the next Marvin Hagler. Right? You already put that cape on him. They said, yo, Andre, you too big. You're not active enough and you too big. But in the same breath, they say, why don't you go up to 175 and fight Kovalev? Okay. Beat him twice. Now what? And what did this guy do? Golovkin. You see, y'all guys never let Golovkin develop. When I say develop, I mean don't marketing scheme us. Stop putting these capes of our classic fighters on these guys' backs, because then they have an expectation to live up to, and he did not do it. Gennady Golovkin, is he a Hall of Famer? The answer is no, because this is another guy that didn't face his contemporaries. The difference is at least Canelo, he has more accomplishments. So eventually he'll be in the Hall of Fame. Golovkin will not. Andre was absolutely correct about his record. I was not impressed. But it was like a double slap, because he also says that Canelo was supposed to get him out of there. He couldn't do it. So, listen. I stand on this. There's a reason why he's not fighting a Charlo or an Andre or a Benavidez. It's too much work. We see you. The jig is up, man. Bronx on deck. Move!